Starting. There we go. Hello. This is Catastrophe and Pete.
You didn't finish it!
Ah, it hurt.
That much left. How could you? It's a pussy beer, Joe. It's a pussy beer.
Shove it.
Is he even picking one in his cover? Apparently.
Fuck. Anyways, today we'll be talking about cults and the psychology. How this was brought up. Peach here was all like, "Hey, let's watch a movie about Scientology and
I
Mormonism."
don't sound like that.
Yeah, you're right. That's Frankie. Anyways, anyways, so we watched the documentary, and this isn't anything new. I mean, I've encountered like several cults and shit. Like, okay, like for example, on nearly every campus, there's little stands, of Jehovah's Witnesses with their little pamphlets that look all cutesy and stuff, and then there's like some colorful pages of like Armageddon is coming. But I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah,
Why can't you like ever fucking pick me up?
because he's trying to censor you, and I'm just an ignorant loudmouth. That's probably it. There, that's how ingenious they are.
Okay, that probably makes sense because literally, look, I talk literally almost just as loud as you, and you have to turn it towards me. But then, how can it hear you then?
I'm a loudmouth.
Yeah, but then it's on me.
Okay. So, anyways, as far as cults go, okay, I don't know. I'm like an atheist or whatever now, but like back then, while I was like devoutly like following Christianity and shit,
You weren't done.
I have to also not eat pork or shellfish or any of that. I did read that book. I would read that shit obsessively in the New Testament. Anyways, so at Sex City, while I was attending for my AA and all, there was this group that would show up every Tuesday called the Grace Church of Sacramento. And they were like, I don't know if they were Russian immigrants or stuff like that, but so basically they told me, what would they say? It's like, you have to make an effort. We are saved by faith, but you have to show that you have faith in God. We're not saved by works, but stuff like that. And then they were pretty like, I don't know, very judgy per se on like everything. Like for example, I'd watch like I was starting to like kind of get into it initially. I don't know. Like okay, for example, we would walk back to the classrooms. God damn, I can't remember anything.
It's probably because you're hungry.
That is social side effect. But also, okay, so we went Rhoda Hall North. It's like one of the buildings, and then we went into the classroom, and then they were doing a little session, and then they were talking about like we must make sure that there are no false Christians in this room. Basically, they'll ask you like, "What is your stance on gay marriage?" and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm pretty indifferent to it. And then it's like, that is not good enough. You must hate sin. And then I'm all like, okay, the point you're trying to spread a message, right? Why do you have to do it with the doom and gloom shit? Like, I don't know, that doesn't seem to attract a lot of people. And then, I was saying like, you don't think that that type of hostility hasn't been done before with functions and all that stuff? You just blindly, tell me like, but what we fear, it is the Bible. The Bible says so. Do as we say. And then that's when I knew, okay, these guys aren't reasonable. Fuck them. I don't know. And pretty much from then on, that's where my skepticism would kind of grow a little bit more. Like, all right, there's this podcast I like to watch called The Thinking Atheist, and then the recent one was called like The Illusion of God, where basically whenever we don't know, all right, or they were talking about how certain ideas, whether they're rational or not, can like spread and stuff. All right, so really an appeal to emotion, and what that appeal to emotion is looking for a parent figure. These are people that haven't really had like the healthy emotional development that they've had with their parents and stuff, so they're looking for a surrogate basically. I know they're everywhere. Lord of the Flies. We need a pig's head next. Anyways, so what will happen when they encounter a group that intend? Oh wait, I gotta talk. Okay, so what a cult is basically a miniaturized society, and it has to be authoritarian in order to keep up a certain narrative that is not the product of reality, which is why they have to be all aggressive and shit like that. So, anyways, the first step that they'll do to recruit new people is called love bombing. In other words, they'll act extremely nice, like overzealously. They'll say like, "Oh, you're loved. Oh, you're this and that." Then the second stage, like once you've been, once you had your ass kissed by them a few times, and you're actually starting to get into it long enough, they'll do what's called character deconstruction. In other words, you have to prove your worth or your faith to the group. So they'll shame you, they'll tell you you're a terrible person without their belief or their ideology. That looks like a painful ass way of doing it. I'm sorry. I mean, how rough. That's like, yeah, yeah.
Like a cat.
That was a fuck off. Want to know what's crazy? There's like French ticklers that are shaped like that you can buy. I'm not kidding. They're shaped like cat dicks. I know, it's just weird. Like, well, I mean, like, the idea of like a barbed like dick, and then women like want that shit. Like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I was asking like my bio professor, like, shit, man, I feel sorry for the poor female cats. And then he's all like, oh, you don't know anything, man. I mean, French ticklers, yeah, French ticklers, man. That shit's selling, just just gets sold out instantly. Anyways, okay, so yeah, character deconstruction. Yeah, so basically they'll shame you and stuff like that. Oh, okay. And another step that's very important for cults is the in-group, out-group mentality. We are, the people in the group. We are the chosen ones. We are the saviors. We are the righteous. We know everything, and there's no need to even really give a shit about anyone that's outside of the group. And what they'll also do is discourage contacts between friends and family, so that way they won't have any, rivals or competition when it comes to relationships. They want to be the only they pretty much, yeah, yeah. As Peach said, yeah, cock blocking socially. They don't want that. Uh, anyways, so this creates a situation of isolation away from reality, from the world. And it's not just the members that feel like they have to conform, but it's even the leader, that's trying to control them. He feels like he or she has to maintain, the status of a prophet or something like that. I'm more paranoid. They begin to watch each other more, make sure no one's doing the evil thing or the sinful thing of whatever it is, their doctrines tells them to do. And then I know some people escape it. Other examples, like James Jones, where they all kill themselves.
Jamestown.
What is wrong with me? I am a retard. Or Waco, Texas, where they had like the shoot off with the police. Yeah, basically it ends wonderful always at the end.
You get all the crazy people to kill themselves, and then you'll have crazy people.
Oh, here's the thing. They're not necessarily crazy though. I'm not kidding. These are people. They never start off as crazy. You know, they always start off with like some form of good intention, but then later on become authoritarian just to maintain control.
So crazy people.
That's easy to lump them like that, but yeah. I don't know. I mean, as I said, there is a rationale behind what they do. You know, they want a surrogate parent. They want a surrogate caretaker because they feel like, you know, life is so chaotic and stuff. And honestly, I have this like little hypothesis and all. Okay. Well, I guess I have to first admit, you know,
Connor brought some fancy science.
I have a bias from then. Okay. I know. Anyways, so I don't know. As far as like belief systems and stuff goes, you know, I'm more like closer to, I don't know, libertarian, or basically smaller federal government. And how I personally perceive it and all is like, okay, because religion in America, you know, especially with Christianity, is dying off. I think what the modern day like SJW, feminist groups, all that shit, I think what it's really originating from is simply just looking for a substitute for religion. You know, they're sharing the same dogmatic way of thinking, they're sharing the same in group, out group thing. But of course, right now, I'm probably being a hypocrite by saying all of them, which is no, not true. I've actually encountered members that are pretty sane and, you know, just want problem solved and stuff. You know, like, hey, anti-police brutality. Who the fuck wouldn't be against that? Like actual cases of rape, easy, like perceived. You know what I mean? Yeah, that. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's. Yeah, what the fuck was with? Yeah, what the fuck was with that, man?
Hackers, you know, they hate hackers right now.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I mean,
hackers. They hate hackers right now.
No, I mean, why did they give him a slap on the wrist? What, was he connected or some shit like that? Okay, all right.
Someone who exposed him through hacking
Yeah,
got 16 years in prison.
I saw that story,
Yeah.
man. That's just fucked up shit. Yeah, that.
Break into something,
So it's
you're doing something more wrong than actually like raping someone.
according to the law.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you grow weed, you're doing something worse than rape all of us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Well, what the fuck can we do? Okay, so what can we do against shit like that? Because, like, I don't know, like the current, like, you know, solutions is like affirmative consent, which I think is nothing. It's no better than a fucking, you know, witch hunt basically, or McCarthyistic, you know, thing of, oh, are you? Basically, it's a guilt until proven innocent system. You can't prove a negative, so anyone can accuse you of being a rapist and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, and even if you come off like scot free, you know, you'll still, you know, still be on your record. You won't get employed. It's a bullshit thing. Good intentions, but good intentions pave the road to hell, or the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't know. In order to combat cults and stuff like that, you have got to ask, why should I do this? Why should I do that? You know, we argue all the time. Like, you know, why is this action okay in this context? But I know I'm being an asshole.
Not really. But see, you're just bringing up this point now. I was questioning your point in the first place by bringing up the context because you didn't have the context.
True. I wish for another beer. Okay. Well, this has been. Yeah. Anything else to comment, Pete? All right. Well, we'll find that. Good day, peoples. And I don't know. Meth.